it's insanely funny how the best thing Yinlin did for the meta was her weapon banner.
Give my goat S tier. Give my goat S
this
tier.
guy.
Give my goat S tier.
Someone said
Yeah, that makes
Jinky
sense.
A tier? What?
To all the people in chat that are like, Yinlin, please S tier. Wait for the second tier list. I will save Yinlin myself. Put Alto
No,
A minus,
I won't.
A minus,
A
A minus,
minus?
A
A
minus.
minus.
Yeah, he is a lovely.
I will die on this hill. Yeah.
Okay, someone said, what if I accidentally Alt F4 when playing Shang Liao? My answer is,
True.
you'll probably still clear anyway.
True.
You put 24 seconds to log back in.
So, recently, I was invited to a roundtable with some of the greatest minds of the WuWa community. We streamed our attempt at making a comprehensive tier list for all characters, and we ended up with 2 catastrophes that looked like they were copied from Game 8. Anyway, with the combined power of Meigi, Baiduan, and the theory crafting community, we have created this tier list for casual play and a second one for high-level play. Now, these 2 tier lists may spawn a lot of question marks while looking at them. How are Mortefi and Chang Li in the same tier? Why is Zhang Liao at the top of the tier list? And how can Calcharo be both a D tier and S tier unit in the same game? Just to name a few of them, these takes have put us at a significant risk of finding a pipe bomb the next time we open up our mailbox. In fact, they already took down Meigi, and I might be next. But how could this happen? How could some of the best players and theory crafters in WuWa not make a good tier list? Today, we will discuss how we created these tier lists, why we rated characters as we did, and why we inevitably failed, just like every other tier list, to create a solution that applies to everyone. My name is Selkie, and let's get into it. Tier lists have been a controversial topic of discussion for a long time. Especially in gacha games, people often would like to know what to pull to not regret it later, or find out how strong their favorite character really is. Just like many other people, we wanted to make a tier list as a fun activity, as well as providing a helpful resource to the player base. As we continued to discuss our approach for the rankings, it raised the question of what makes a tier list good. Is it a long list of specified criteria? Is it practicality for the large majority of the audience? Or is it the people that make it being knowledgeable about the topic?
We go with the middle one because gold is better. Gold is gooder.
The short answer to all these questions is everything. All these points and many more play a significant role in making a good tier list. To name a few more points that aren't just damage scaling: difficulty, flexibility, unique mechanics, necessity, reliability, and many more. Let's use an example for a second. Baiduan is a very well-known source for reliable tier lists when you're new to a game. However, many top-level players in every game they cover have been quite outspoken about the inaccuracies and wrong assessments of their side upon further mastery of characters. Even Sweat from Baiduan, who joined us in this discussion, agreed on wildly different placements compared to what we see on Baiduan today. For this reason, we decided to make 2 separate tier lists because we wanted to avoid running into the same problem as Baiduan. So how is it possible that despite knowing all that, we still failed? To create an accurate tier list for everyone is to create an accurate tier list for no one. Ironically, almost every tier list becomes less accurate the better you become at the game you play. That is because of the realization of nuance and assumptions that have to be made outside of the subjective lens of the creators of the tier list. The more you know about the game, the more you will become aware of all the nuances that now have to be put on a value spectrum. As value is fundamentally subjective to each person, the exact value cannot be accurately determined. This will lead to the ratings also being subjectively biased no matter what you do. The players at our table were some of the best, but even in the tier list that we assumed to be a lot easier for us to accurately determine, we found ourselves in a fair amount of disagreements and differing opinions. Value will always be subjective. Please take the following few examples for our reasonings with a grain of salt. Mortefi and Chang Li are in the same tier because Chang Li is so exceptionally hard to pilot at casual level play that we could not justify putting her any higher. Zhang Liao is at the top of the list due to his extreme flexibility, independency, and unique timer stop mechanic. Calcharo can go from D tier to S tier depending on the amount of death messengers you can consistently perform. Once again, these assessments were made based on several subjective criteria that the people at the table deemed important. However, these may not apply to most people who were watching. Everyone thinks and feels differently about each character, and we concluded that while there can be a range of ratings for a character, assigning a singular rating that always applies is impossible. It would only result in diminishing the entire truth of a character's viability in the meta, and we didn't wish to create Baiduan a second time. At the end of the day, all my homies hate tier lists. I personally still think that tier lists like Pridewin have a legitimate reason to exist, so bad investments in gacha games can be prevented. That could dramatically decrease the enjoyment of the game for the player. After all, most people do not enjoy feeling stuck in the endless amount of obstacles that gacha games throw our way to increase FOMO and stress in favor of their revenue. For this reason, tier lists will never leave the space of gacha gaming, but should be taken with a grain of salt. Wuthering Waves is an exceptionally well-balanced game, and I would recommend everyone watching this video to not worry too much if the newest character is stronger than the last. What matters the most is that you play what you enjoy and pull what you like. That being said, I want to announce that I will start streaming soon on YouTube and Twitch. You can follow me on Twitch from the link in the description below. Come join for quick-swap showcases, deeper insights into the game, and for a fun time while I debunk all the BS misinfo that goes around. I had a lot of fun discussing things with everyone else, and I want to thank Maggie for inviting me to her stream. A link to her channel will be in the description as well. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.